How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm out here camping in the desert again, and later on tonight I'm going to be cooking a cheeseburger over the fire. All that stuff's coming up here in a little bit. Please stay tuned and please consider liking and subscribing. Alright, so some of you guys might recognize this place, and that's because this is the same place that I camped at in my first camping video. But this time I'm going to be camping in this tent that I just picked up from Walmart. It cost me 30 bucks. It's a one-person backpacking tent, and it has a floor size of 7 by 4 feet. So we're going to be camping in this guy, and hopefully it's big enough to hold me and the dog. And later on I'm cooking a cheeseburger with this guy. Let me open it up real quick. I just got this from Walmart too. So the idea here is I'm going to squish a patty down into this guy right here, and then I will close it up and cook the cheeseburger over the fire just like this. So hopefully that turns out well. I think it will. I think it's going to cook it. I think it's going to do a pretty good job of cooking the cheeseburger. I'm not going to put cheese on it while it's in here because I don't want the cheese to stick to it, but I will put the cheese on after the patty is done. So hopefully that's an effective way of making a cheeseburger over the campfire. And it would be nice because the direct flame won't touch it, so I won't burn the burger. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my campsite set up real quick. I've got a bunch of wood to burn. It's going to be a pretty small campsite. I think this tent here is going to be roughly the same size or maybe a little bit smaller than the pop-up tent, the Nightcat pop-up tent that I used out here. All right, so that's that. I'm going to get the tent set up. I'm going to get all the wood out of my truck and get my campsite set up, and then a little bit later on I'll start cooking. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's pretty much going to be the campsite. I got my same old chair, my same old table. This is what the tent looks like inside. Not very big, but I think it's going to be plenty of room for me and the dog. I'm not so sure how comfortable this bag is going to be in here. but it looks like me and the dog will be able to sleep in here just fine. He's already getting it dirty. I don't even know if I actually want this rain fly on here. But it has been raining out here. So I guess better safe than sorry. Now, it's about mid to high 80s right now. Tomorrow, it's going to be a high of like 93, which is hot, but it's not as hot as it usually is out here. Now, those of you guys are familiar with the hurricane California just had, Southern California. West of the mountains, with the exception of Los Angeles, we didn't really get the rain that bad. But here, east of those mountains, there was a lot of rain, and the desert got pretty soaked. Right here below me is a big wash, and that's just a channel for water runoff when it floods. And you can see there's a lot of, it's still wet. There's a lot of mud out there. Other than that, the campsite's set up. I'm about to pull all of this wood out of here. Like I said, it's almost 90 degrees, so I don't really need a fire, but I have a crap ton of wood, so I'm gonna be burning that. I was anticipating the heat. I was not anticipating the bugs. I think because all this water out here, the bugs have come out. But I guess it could be worse. They're not too terrible. So like I said, I got this tent from Walmart yesterday for 30 bucks. It's a one-person backpacker tent. I think it weighs like 7 pounds. It's got 2 poles. The poles crisscross right here, so one pole loops around and comes back, and then this pole loops this way and comes back. I've never seen a tent done like that before, but looks like it works pretty well. And one thing they're starting to do now is they're color coding these tabs so that, well, I can't really show you because the rain flies on, but the hooks that go over this red pole have red tabs, and on the rain fly it has a red tab to indicate how it goes on there. Not that you can really mess that up, because you have to get this opening where the door is, so you don't really need the color-coded tabs for the rain fly, but I guess it helps. You can see right here, that's that red pole that comes across, and it's got red tabs for the little hooks that go over it, and gray for the other one. And then, other than the stuff that's in the tent, I have my same old box here, and I got a cooler. I've got some beer in there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull all the wood out of here, get my box and my cooler set up, then start this campfire. I may end up cooking in the dark like I did last time, but I've got a better flashlight, so you guys should be able to see it a little bit better. And it's gonna be pretty simple. I'm just gonna build a fire and just set my burger like right there. So that should be pretty easy. There was a 30% chance of rain today, or is a 30% chance of rain, whatever you want to say. I got a couple of drops on the windshield on the way out here, but it doesn't look like there's actually going to be any rain. And tomorrow there shouldn't be either. Let's see how cloudy it is all the way around us. Hopefully I got a clear night sky so I can sit here and watch the stars. Okay, I've got 47% left on this battery, probably another 30 minutes or so of filming. I'm gonna set the camera off somewhere and then get everything unloaded out of the truck. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get this situated a little bit better. I'm gonna build my fire. I'm gonna hang out and relax for a second, and then I'm gonna cut the camera back on when it's about time for me to start cooking. All right, what's up guys? So as you could probably tell, it's the next day. I ended up not cooking that burger last night. I wasn't very hungry. But I'm pretty hungry now, so I think I'm actually going to cook that burger here in a minute. I've got the rest of the wood from last night burning right now. So it's about almost 8 o'clock, and it's already mid-70s. The high is going to be about 90 today. So I think I'm actually going to move spots. I'm going to go right down to here to a place called the Cove. They got some trees over there that I can get under for shade. But before I do that, I'm going to cook my burger and eat. Hang out here for a second and try to get out of here before it gets too hot. The tent did really well. It was really comfortable to sleep in. I didn't use the rain fly, and I actually didn't even use my blanket. It was pretty warm all night. The lowest it got was like 72-ish. This morning, it was really nice because we had a cool breeze coming over. But other than that, it was fairly warm. It was comfortable. There was enough room for me and the dog. So yeah, I'm gonna get this burger done and then pack up the stuff and move down here a little bit. So I've just got these pre-made Angus steak burger patties from Walmart, and I'm just gonna squish one of them down into a square and do it that way. If this goes well and it's easy enough, I might end up cooking all 4 of these just to have them already cooked. Or maybe I'll just do another one later tonight or something, I don't know. So I just got it squished down in there just like that. And then that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna stick it right in there. So I don't have any sauce or anything. I've just got buns and cheese. So that's all it's gonna be. I've got some Swiss and a slice of American cheese. I think I might just go with the American cheese for this one. So I can hear it sizzling in there. Hopefully it doesn't stick to the cast iron there. I think I might go ahead and actually cook another one. Give one to Tyrone. I think I'm just going to time it out. So we'll just go with like 5 minutes maybe. Yeah, I'll check it in 5 minutes to see what it looks like. That's also one good factor about doing it this way, is when the wind blows, I don't get the ash kicked up onto the burger patty. And it won't get burned, so I can put it in direct fire and the patty won't get burned. Alright, let's check and see what it looks like. Not too bad. Looks like it's just bleeding a little bit. Let's go a little bit longer. So it looks pretty good, but I want some sear marks on it. So I'm actually going to hit it with the torch real quick. Flip it over to the other side. Oh, it's stuck. There it goes. I don't want to touch that. That's okay though. It's still a little pink in there. I'm just going to let that go just a little bit longer, get rid of some of that pink. Now normally, I like a good medium rare burger, but this is a Walmart meat and it's been sitting in my cooler all day. well, since yesterday, it's been sitting in my cooler with just ice. So I want to make sure this is cooked all the way through. All right. I think we're just about done. Hopefully that bun doesn't blow away. I'll clean the rest of that off here in a second. It doesn't look too bad, actually. I mean, this cheese is already almost melted, so that won't take long. See the cheese melting down on there? I'm gonna call that a win. Let's see how she tastes. Oh yeah. So this is about 5 or 6 minutes. I just scraped that out with a knife. It cleaned up pretty well. All right, that's my burger. You see where the sun is? That's about to come up and make me really uncomfortable. So I'm gonna sit here and finish my burger. Let this fire go out, and then I'm gonna move myself down there to some shade. So I will turn the camera back on when I'm ready to go. All right, guys, it's super hot now, and I'm getting ready to pack up and move to a different spot. The sun is beating down on us pretty hard. It's about maybe 90, just a little over 90. But before I break this tent down, I actually wanted to show you guys what I was talking about yesterday, how these poles and these straps are color coordinated. So you can see here where the red pole goes, that these little tabs are red, and then here where the gray pole goes, they're gray. You got this little clip here you can hang a flashlight from. Here you got a little thing for a cord to go through. You can see the footprint of it. It kind of pokes out on the side there, so it's not a rectangle. You get a little extra room on the sides. That's about it. I'm actually going to give you guys a twofer today. Well, that's the plan, at least. We'll see how I feel when I get over to the new spot. But I have another one-person hiking tent or backpacking tent that I want to show you. I've had it for a while. It's a Teton. So I think when I get over to the new spot, I'm going to set up that tent and show you guys that one. So you guys get to see two tents in one episode. But I like it. It's a good tent. There's actually more room than I thought there would be, so I can't really complain. And there's enough netting here to let plenty of breeze through. All right, that's it. I've got to, before I take off, you can hear the truck running. Before I take off, I'm going to move all this wood up there so I don't have to put the black bin and the ice chest over that stuff. So I'm going to scoot all this wood up, get the ice chest and that bin loaded up, and then I'm moving right there around that corner where the pavilions are so I can get some shade. Shouldn't take me very long. I'll turn on the camera again and show you guys the spot when I get there. All right, guys, so packing up and moving didn't take very long, probably about 10 minutes tops. This is the corner that I was showing you. This is the cove. And this is the site that I was intending on staying in tonight, pretty trashed. But I'm having a problem with my signal here, and it's pretty well trashed. But I'm having a problem with my signal here, my cell phone signal. So I'm actually going to move a little bit further down and try to get a better signal. I will show you guys that right now, actually. You can see all the mud. So the truck says 100. The weather app says 90. I think I believe the truck over the weather app. Right up past these bathrooms, there's some more pavilions. I'm gonna go check those out. And these bathrooms are just vault toilets. They don't have any water or anything. And I think they actually lock them up out of season. I'm not sure if they're actually open right now. Yeah, these spots over here might be a little bit better. See that one by that tree? I'm gonna go check that one out. And honestly, if that doesn't work, I can keep going around. There's more pavilion sites, and there's like nobody out here, so let's see how this one is. Oh, that's a good one too. Not sure why I lost the signal. Let's keep going around and see how we do. I would stay where I was. I like that spot, but it's just way too exposed. There's no shade, and being 100 degrees, it's tough being there. So normally this is all real soft sand. You can see how wet it is, and you got to be real careful when driving out here. Probably 2 miles, maybe 3 from the nearest store, or really anybody that could actually help you. So you don't want to get stuck out in 100-degree weather. So I'm in 4 high right now, and my hubs are not locked. Oh, there we go. Finally got something. I'm probably going to go to one of these spots over here on the left. If I can find one with some good shade. Like that one back there. It's not that great. Yeah, not so great. Let's check this one out over here. Not so great either. Well, it's not really that bad, honestly. I'm gonna keep this one in mind. I've got another spot up here I want to go check out. So there's one up here on the right that I like. I like this one right here. I think this is where we're gonna hang out. Oh yeah, and I have plenty of signal. So this will be our new spot. There's a cool breeze. The shade feels nice. And I think if I get behind this tree, it should protect me mostly from the sun. So I'm gonna put the truck up a little bit closer. I'm probably gonna put the tent like right around here somewhere. All right, so I just sit here and talk to you guys for like 10 or 15 minutes and never hit record. Tyrone, come here. What I was saying is, Tyrone, stay over here. This is the main road coming in here, and you go down this way, and it curves off to the left, and you hit the highway. And then probably 3/4 to a mile down the highway, there's a RV park, a store, and a hotel. They actually have a pool too. So being in this spot here, you have very easy access to really anything that you need. That store has pretty much everything. They've got even like stuff to fix your motorcycle, your ATV with, beer, soda, microwavable stuff. I think they have some fresh produce, stuff you could probably grill like hot dogs and stuff like that. And then if you go out to the highway and you go this way east towards Salton Sea, probably 2 or 3 miles down the road, there's another store, and that store is across the street from a bar. That bar is called Iron Door. They actually serve pizza in that bar. I don't remember the hours of the stores, and it's kind of off season, so they're probably not staying open as late as they normally would. Wait, I didn't record anything, did I? I'm a freaking idiot. I was sitting there talking for like 25 minutes and I didn't record anything. But this hill here, we were just on the other side of this hill, and it looks like there's one hill, but there's a series of hills. And the camping spot that we were just at is on the back side of that. This right here, this little soft sands part right here, it's called blow sand. And it doesn't look like much from here, but it's a pretty steep, really soft sandy hill, and it's very difficult to get up. But yeah, you can see there's a series of pavilions here along this road. Tyrone! So if you got a dog, you want to watch out for that stuff. He just wants to wander off and go look at stuff. But this is a main road. Trucks and dirt bikes and stuff go through here all the time. But along this road, there's all sorts of pavilions and campsites. And right now there's nobody in it because it's freaking September and it's too hot. Normally, this whole area would be super packed with people. But yeah, so this is the campsite that we're staying in tonight. It's a lot cooler over here in the shade, like way cooler. It's got to be a 20-degree difference in the shade. I'm probably going to have a Mountain House meal for lunch. I got to look and see what I have. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera off. I'll switch batteries. I'll set up my campsite, and then I'll show you guys when I'm done. All right, guys. So it's several hours later. It's almost 4 o'clock, and right as I decided to start setting up the tent, the wind started kicking up pretty bad. I've got about 29% left on this battery. It doesn't look like the wind's going to get any better, so I'm going to go ahead and set up my tent anyways. And it'll be kind of good anyways, so I can show you how easy this thing is to actually set up and to do in conditions like this. And then when I'm done setting up my tent, I'm actually going to make myself some lunch. For lunch, I'm having beef stroganoff, these Mountain House freeze-dried meals. I've said before that beef stroganoff is my favorite, so I'm gonna have another one of those. And I actually forgot there's a cup that comes with this Cook MSR kit. There's a cup that comes with it that you can boil the water in. I forgot that, so I'm gonna be using this guy right here to boil the water. Hopefully that works out. I don't really see an issue with it other than the wind. This is the tent that I was talking about earlier. This is my other one-man backpacking tent that I've had for a little while. It's a Teton Sports one-person backpacking tent. And they actually have a two-person version of it, which is a little bit wider. But I bought that to go backpacking with, so I only got the one person. I'm not going to use the Rainfly, so I'm just going to set up the tent and that'll be it. There's no poles to go with this. It's a quick setup, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I put it together. All right. kind of sucks that it's really windy right now, but I actually really like it because it's going to cool things off quite a bit. It's actually starting to feel pretty nice out here. And since it's so windy, I'm actually not going to use the stakes that come with it. I'm going to use my own stakes. This is the rainfly. I'm not going to use it. So I need to roll that back up. And I'm going to go ahead and get a couple stakes ready so that I can secure it down so it doesn't blow away on me. I gotta do this kind of quick too because that battery's probably not gonna last too long. These are those large stakes that I got off of Amazon. This is very easy to do. Hopefully. Oh, come on. So I'll actually talk about this here in a second. One of the only problems I have with it is it doesn't stay closed very well. Jesus. I can show you. So right here, there's this little gray latch that locks this piece to this piece. And for whatever reason, it doesn't actually lock. Well, so I tie this string around it to keep it engaged. This is ridiculous. Hopefully it doesn't break. There you go. That's pretty much it. I'll show you guys what I do with that locking part right now. And then just bring it back onto itself. And that'll just keep it from popping out. And that's it. So this is how I do this latch here. I just wrap this cord around and loop it around this little tab here just to keep it from popping out. Alright guys, so the plan was to make myself some lunch, this stroganoff here, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to keep that flame lit with this wind. So I'm going to hold off on making the lunch for now. I'm actually going to start loading up some firewood and get that fire going. And then hopefully this stuff settles down pretty soon. Quick shout out to Teton. This tent's been sitting here in this up to 30-mile-an-hour gust for probably an hour now, and it's doing really well. Typically, the problem you have with these tents is this joint right here. Sometimes they slip that little slot and they fold in half. This one's not fully. That one wasn't fully engaged. It's good now. Yeah, pretty high winds. That tent's doing just fine. Alright, let's get this fire going. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit, and hopefully when the wind dies down a little, I'm gonna make me some food, and then I'll turn the camera back on when I make some food. But until then, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So I didn't film it, but I made my Mountain House meal in the truck because the wind was too bad. It's still pretty bad. So I just boiled the water here on my center console with that pan. It was pretty decent. Those Mountain House meals are always good. I had the beef stroganoff. I ended up not cooking the other 2 burger patties. I'm probably not going to. You can see all the wood. All the wood's gone. All the wood's on the fire. I'm gonna let that burn down. And then I'll be going to bed here pretty shortly. It's almost 9:30. So here in the next hour or 2, I'm gonna crawl into bed and go to sleep. The wind is still pretty outrageous right now. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. I'll film a little bit more in the morning before I leave here. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out, let this fire burn down, maybe watch some YouTube or something, and then I'm off to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next morning here. It's getting pretty close to about 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be packing up and leaving soon. That's what's left of the fire. You can see there's a little bit of hot ember still left. I decided that I'm going to go ahead and cook those other 2 patties just to get them cooked. And I should have enough embers in that fire to do it. So let's just do that now. Alright, so before this battery dies, I'll go ahead and talk about this tent. As you can see, it stood up to the wind really well. I didn't have any problems. The wind coming through that netting kept it really comfortable in there all night. I actually used the blanket last night. It's, like I said before, it's about the same size as the tent I used last night, or the night before. Just a little different. This one's definitely easier to set up, only because it's got that quick setup thing. Overall, I think this tent is a really good tent, and I would like to try the two-person version. The only one thing I don't like about this tent is when you open up the door here, the door goes down to the bottom. I wish it folded over to the side, but that's a minor issue, honestly. I'll be taking that thing down here in a minute and packing up. I just got this cooler, this bin, and then that tent, and then that's pretty much it for packing up. So I'm gonna cut this battery, or I'm gonna cut the camera off, and I'll put a fresh battery in before I leave here. I'm gonna eat real quick and then get packed up. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and break down this tent real quick. I just want to show you how easy it is. Alright, so one thing I like to do with this guy is just empty it out. Then close up that door. They gotta undo this latch here. So there, just like that. And then these two legs here, slide them out so they pull out of those two slots, fold them over, fold them again. And then these up. And that's it. So the way that I like to do this is I like to wrap the tent up in the rain fly. There you go. That's simple. Very easy to pull out, set up, take down, and put back away. I really like this tent. All right. So, other than the tent, other than these two right here, I'm pretty much done. I'm just going to throw these in the bed of the truck and then I'm out of here. Alright, so this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, please feel free to leave any suggestions in the comments. Anything that you want me to try, any places that you want me to go. I'm going to be leaving links in the description for all the stuff that I have. Any important information that I think you might need. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.